What's up? Gabriel here on episode. Let me turn that up just a tiny bit. Episode number, I think, 4, and it's Thursday, September the 8th. Welcome. So, today I wanted to say that the last previous day were a bit more focused on work and not really reflecting on things which are better because right now I need to have a bias towards action. This is something I realize is that fuck man, like shit needs to get done because at some point you have things that you desire in your life still that you can do all the gratitude things and all that, but I think it's always, and that's a big thing for me right now, is to understanding that there has to be for me to have the optimum life in my own eyes, to have a balance between desiring something better and also while being grateful about what you have. And sometimes I do believe that, well, in my situation, it's good to go, especially in the beginning, more towards the desire side and tilt the balance into that side, because I do believe that, well, in my situation, for me, I value growth over a lot of things in my life, and I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things for growth, and that makes me genuinely happy. So therefore, I'm willing to kind of go ahead and go more the desire route. But that was just a thought that I had. Now, today I wrote down a few things, and especially it was about the fact to jump even if you are not ready. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes I see that I think that, man, I've got all these excuses not to do the work, or I don't think I know enough. And I get into this paralysis trying to do other things and not actually doing the things that I know I need to be doing. And what's funny is that actually the work just needs to get done. The work needs work and nothing else. And so that's a pretty funny realization, which is that most of us, we try to not do the fucking work that we know we need to do. But that's the way. That's the fucking way to get what we want. And I always like to get back to those principles, which is, hey, we need to get reminded more than we need to be taught something. And I do believe that sometimes you gotta take a hard look at yourself and say, okay, what am I lacking at and what should I improve? What are my weaknesses and what are my strengths? Be grateful for the strengths, improve on them, capitalize on them, but also fix the weaknesses that are bringing a downside towards your strengths in a way that is not advantaging you. And one of the things that I realized was pretty funny yesterday actually, that was that, well, my grammar skills in French are not the best. And because in middle school I was basically not doing shit and was fucking around, to be honest. And the thing is that, well, I'm paying the price right now, which is one of the reasons I did decide at some point to go and do things in English, because, well, grammar in English is way easier than in French. So what I decided to do now was basically to focus back on those things, and that showed me that basic skills like that, like math, grammar, and those are things that I shouldn't be even worried about or like thinking about. I should be focusing on the rest of the work, but because I didn't pay the price yet, I have to pay the price today. So, well, that's a lesson learned. As Grant Cardone says a lot, pay the price today so you can pay any price tomorrow. That's a big lesson, because I do believe that if you are right now doing the boring work, the thing that nobody wants to do, that are going to do later because they realize, oh shit, I need to be doing it, you're going to have a lot of advance. You are going to be way ahead of the other people, the competition, whatever the people that you're comparing yourself to. Now, not saying it's a good thing, but it's a fact. I actually had this conversation right now with the girl I'm dating. Basically, she's working in the public space, or at least a company that's linked with the public space. And one of the problems in that is that, yes, it's a lot more security driven, meaning that when you're there, you're basically kind of sure that things are going to happen normally. But one of the things that I do realize in those companies is that they are never pretty much 99% of the time never oriented towards growth and actually making sure like things happen. Oh, that's is the mic working? Is the mic working? That's a bit of a problem because I think that the mic wasn't listening or getting what I wanted. That's a bit of a trouble. Let me fix that. We'll continue the story and then I'm going to check if the audio doesn't really work. I'm going to talk louder. Now, so, what was I talking about? Yes, the thing with those public companies is that I oftentimes found that they're not oriented towards growth. And people that really want to make shit happen because she's that kind of girl. That kind of girl that, okay, you give her something, she's going to go hardcore on it. And I like that. I like that a lot. But the thing is, she has a mentality and she's kind of a different animal than the other people in the company because they're just like, hey, I've got a job, I'm cool, I'm complaining, I take it easy. But some people like me and her are not having the same mindset, are not going the same route as those people. And sometimes it can cause problems because basically I do think that I'm the type of person, I think she's got a bit of that in her as well, that one day can say, okay, fuck it, like, I'm going to blow up a department because it doesn't mean anything and it doesn't serve the company. Now, would it be something that may be a bit brutal or maybe a bit like, ooh, that's a lot, Gabriel? Yes, but if it's necessary, I'm the kind of person that can take that jump and actually make the shit happen. And some people are not like this, and I get it, I understand. The thing is, today she had a problem with the fact that she wasn't going to get paid the right amount that she should have been paid because let's say that because she's an intern there, she's basically like, I think she's not valued for the amount of skills and work that she does. She does extra hours, never get paid for, never complain, actually do the work, do more work than is necessary. And if she goes away, they're going to be in deep shit. But I think they do just hire interns like this because in France, I don't know if that's the same thing in other countries, but in France especially, you have advantages to actually hiring interns. It's financially, you have subventions that you can get as a company if you do hire interns. So that's an interesting play. But the thing, I actually sent her a text because she was like, yeah, I'm really pissed because like they basically took a quarter of my salary and said, oh, we made a mistake, sorry. And honestly, this is the first time that this is happening and they are trying to fuck her and I'm like, you know, I'm not that stupid, I would say. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose, but I mean, come on guys, like, this is a bit too much. And I said to her, and that's why you're gonna win, translating from French to English, so please excuse me. That's why you're gonna win. Let them have a lack of respect in you. Be patient and work when they are satisfied, and they will question themselves afterwards. Because I definitely know that people that are satisfied, that are not doing shit, complaining all day, just being in there, just a body in a chair, I definitely know that those people will not sustain themselves in the marketplace. And for some, and that the reason why I think about that is everybody thinks like I'm grounded in nature, I'm issued from a really rural place, and I definitely am connected to that. I was never into the big cities or things like this, and I definitely, for me, I do have that thinking process of like the laws of nature, meaning the stronger survives always. This is always the same thing, but the thing is we're not getting hit by a lion. We are basically getting crushed by the marketplace financially, and we're like, oh, I don't know why I'm not doing good enough. Well, it's because you're not doing the damn work and you're freaking satisfied. And now that's a big thing for me. Like, you still gotta fight, you still gotta survive, but it's just the angle that changed. Now it's not your life that is in most cases threatened. It's more your financial situation and your comfort and your ability to have freedom and choices and options. I would say that's more the thing that's threatened. But now the real thing is that work on yourself, and especially if you are young. I do believe that that's going to be really helpful for a lot of people, this journey, because I do believe that when you are young, you don't realize that, well, you're getting fucked over and everybody's taking advantage of you. Yes, that's true, and people are still doing that with me, and like I'm 21 years old, still people are doing and taking advantage of me. But I'm like, no problem. Just fucking wait. Just fucking wait. Because the moment that I do get enough confidence in myself that I can destroy you and make you useless, I would have no pity for you. And that's what I tell myself. Now maybe that's a bit of an aggressive way. That's for the people that you don't like. But for the people that you're like, oh, I don't mean them anything bad, but hey, I'm going to work on myself and just wait, you're gonna see. You're gonna see everything that you thought I was, which wasn't the case. And I want you guys to take that with you. The fact that the work works on you more than you work on it. So whatever it is that you're doing, even if you are hating it, take it as an opportunity to grow. Take that each time I'm doing something that sucks and I hate it, I'm taking that as an opportunity to be like, okay, I'm working on my discipline, my strength, and my ability to do shit that I do not like. And I'm only 21 years old, and that stacks very quickly. When everybody's partying, taking some time off, not working as hard as I do, I know that I'm taking advantage of that time. And I'm, when they are, some are decreasing, some are stagnating, some are getting a bit better. Well, I'm getting better twice as fast as they do. And if you take that over the long run, what does that give you? Well, instead of 1 year of progress that they made, I made 2. Instead of 10 years, I made 20. In 10 years. Instead of 40 years, I made 80. Meaning that by the time they are 40, if they continue at this pace, which at some point are going to, I guess, slow down, I would be at the same place that they would be in like when they would be 60 years old. But I'm 40, and that's really big, because when you are able to understand that, you work in a different frame, which is you are not every day you're hungry, getting after it, but you are not what is the word? You are not being mean to yourself, telling yourself, oh, you're too bad. You're not actually getting after it. You're working all this, but for what? You don't see the results. Because now I understand that in the micro, I work my ass off on whatever it is. I may not see the return on investment right now, but I know that just because of the fact that I'm doing this work, which is the goal is the work, not the outcome. Remember, the goal is the work, not the outcome. If my goal is to increase that intensity over time and be at a faster pace than everybody, the direct and obligate, like the consequence that is going to happen, whatever the case is going to be I'm going to advance faster than them. I just have to be patient and stick to the level of activity that I know is going to make me win. That was a little thought for today. And I wish you the best. I wish you the best sincerely, because I do believe that there is something big in us and that you can get it. So go get it. The Journey, it was Gabriel, out for today.